Hi everybody, welcome back to Pantry Raid. I'm Chef Lynn, and this is our third installment that you can find on YouTube. Laura will give you all the details right after, but what we're doing with this is kind of looking at what we're using or not using in the house. You can look in your refrigerator, your freezer, on the cabinets, and I've tried to find some recipes that would be pretty easy for you guys to throw together and have a delicious meal that'll hopefully distract you from this self-imposed quarantine that we're all having to do right now. It's weird times, but you know, we're all pulling together. I was talking about it in an earlier episode about how it seems when we have the most difficult times, that's when we all really truly find our community. And I miss seeing you guys, but I'm also very happy to know that you're keeping yourself safe and healthy, staying at home. And with that said, if you guys need anything, we're going to be sending out postcards to the community, and it'll have some information on there. If you do need anything, and you know, you can always call us at 847-438-9160. We're generally here from about 8:30 to 3:30 every day, and you can always leave a message, and you know we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So we're going to get started. Today I'm calling it a shrimp paella soup. So paella is a Spanish-style dish that's usually made with rice and sometimes sausage and a lot of seafood, and it's usually in this big pan, and it's like this big celebration thing. And it's pretty labor intensive, but I love the flavors of it. It's kind of fresh and fun and inviting. So I thought, why don't I make a soup out of that? So again, super simple. All we're using is, I already have some already cooked shrimp. If you have shrimp at home in the freezer, just cook it up real quick. I threw it in a saute pan. You could also substitute sausage. You could substitute chicken, turkey, anything like that. In addition to that, I've got some frozen corn and peas. 1 cup is what it's totaling, and then 1 red bell pepper. And then I've also got tomato paste and some smoked paprika, and that's really all that goes into it besides the rice. Again, from the previous episode, I had some fried rice, and what I like to do, this is what I usually do when I'm cooking rice. I cook up a whole big bunch, and then I separate it into little bags, and I throw it in the freezer. So then when I have recipes where I'd like to add a little bit of, to give it something a little more substantial, I can just pull out one of those bags of frozen rice and dump it in, and that's pretty much what I did with this today. So first thing we're gonna do is dice our red pepper, and I only need a couple of tablespoons, so I'm just gonna cut off a little bit here. And you know, we're always practicing our knife skills. Remember, you're holding your knife here, wrapping these 3 fingers around, keeping it safe. This is your hand that you keep back to hold it. I like to cut off this white membrane just because it can be a little bitter. And we're cutting strips, just like this. And you notice I'm keeping my fingers back out of the way. And then I call it lining up the little soldiers. We cut across, so we have our small dice. Sometimes they like to run away from me, and I just regather them back. There we go. And that's our red pepper right there. So what I'm gonna do, I've got 2 cups of just plain tap water. I've got 1 bouillon cube. If you have a chicken base or just bouillon, whatever you've got, that gives it a little bit of extra flavor and depth. If you have chicken stock, substitute the chicken stock for the 2 cups of water if you have some in your fridge. But since I didn't, I'm just using a bouillon cube. We're gonna throw it in here with the water. And remember that this has it has a higher sodium content, so don't add any salt until you've tasted it, because I find that these tend to be a little salty. And of course, it's hard for me to peel it off. I need a little assistance from my knife. We're gonna put this guy in here, and it'll dissolve when it comes to a boil.
It's hard with gloves.
I know. Everything's harder with gloves. And then I'm going to throw in my diced red pepper that I just put in here. I'm gonna the tomato paste, which I think was 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons. We'll throw that in. And this is another thing, you know, when you open up a thing of tomato paste, we never use the whole can. I put it in a baggie, I roll it up, put it in the freezer, and then you can literally like break off pieces as needed. That's a good little trick, so then you're not wasting it. I'm just gonna stir this up and bring it to a boil and let it all combine. It's gonna be delicious, Laura.
Yeah,
She's been pretty excited about this cooking series because she doesn't have to worry about bringing lunch to work. It's like, oh yeah, we don't have to, when I'm not cooking, it's, we kind of scrambled there for a few days. Everybody's like, what do we do? Lynn didn't make lunch today. But we're finally figuring it out.
So we had this idea
Yeah. That's what it was
For
really
some more
about.
cooking.
It really was not about doing cooking classes. It was feeding the employees. No,
No.
I'm kidding.
No, we're constantly thinking about you guys.
Yes. And yeah, we had a conversation about what's the best way we can serve our community right now. And since you are at home mostly, unless you're today, hopefully outside because it's beautiful, we're starting to get our spring weather. Ooh, we got a little something going on there. It's never a dull moment with Chef Lynn. I don't know what that was about.
Something
So-
got on that burner.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got the rice in here, the corn, and the peas. Now what you want to do, since I've already cooked the shrimp, you don't want to put it in until the very, very end so that you don't overcook that. So I'm going to bring this to a boil, make sure that everything is dissolved and yummy, and then I'm going to add in the shrimp. Make sure that my rice is all separated so we can see that there, Laura. And see how yummy this is going to be? And you saw how long it took me to put it together, folks. This is it. And there we are. There's lunch for today.
The timer says 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Sweet. As always, thank you all so much for helping support us. We are here to support you. We'll do anything we can. Just give us a call if you have any questions. And you know, you can also email me if you have some ideas for recipes you'd like to learn about. My email is lynnng, L-Y-N-N-G, @elatownship.org. I had to think about that for a minute. And thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. Watch out for your neighbors. 6 feet apart. Watch out for your neighbors. Bye-bye.